Kate.
And I'm Deborah.
And it's time for the Personal Finance Awards 2023-24, brought to you by the Money Pages.
You've nominated, voted, and we've counted. And now it's time to reveal our winners.
We'll be doing this in 4 sections over 2 days. We're kicking things off with the loans, credit cards and retirement section before moving on to insurance. Then on day 2, it's mortgages, and we'll be finishing up with savings, banking and investments, plus the overall Personal Finance Provider Award.
This year, we are bringing you the awards results by video and podcast so you can watch or listen.
We will be revealing the finalists, highly commended, and of course the winners in each category, but we will also be talking money.
Join us as we chat all things finance. We've got advice, tips, and we'll be addressing the money-related topics which really matter to you.
Yes, plus we've invited some of our lovely readers into the studio to tell us what money challenges they have faced this year and how they've been managing the rising cost of living.
If you're watching or listening, please join the conversation on social media using hashtag Personal Finance Awards. You can use this to congratulate the winners too.
And if you're one of our finalists or have won an award today, we want to hear from you. Share your celebration pictures on social media and let everyone know you have won.
It's the Personal Finance Awards. Whether you're joining us by video or podcast, welcome.
Coming up in this first section of the Personal Finance Awards 2023, we are going to be announcing the winners in the loans, credit cards, retirement and equity release categories. And now joining us on the sofa, we have Ella and Atma, who are going to be talking to us about credit reports, which is our first category in today's awards.
Hi, welcome.
Hi.
Hi. Yeah, we've got a lot of questions, I think, between us, haven't we, about this subject. So kind of our first one is, how do I get a good credit score?
You need to be paying back your bills regularly, and if you've got a credit card, not overspending on your credit card and making sure you pay it back every month, basically. So there are 3 credit reference agencies who keep information on you, and it's got all your kind of details of things you've been paying back or not paying back. So being really on top of your finances is the best place to start with that. But basic things like being on the electoral roll, stuff like that that's very easy to do, can also help too.
So I can just go to one of these sites and check my credit status on there? Or?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you can go and look at them online, do a Google search for the Equifax or TransUnion or
Experian, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes, which I believe might have even been one of our nominated companies. Yeah, and yes, you can go and have a look, and it will give you all the information about your credit report, whether you've got a poor or a good rating, and you can also use coaching apps and things like that, which will help you improve, give you tips and advice, and help you to improve your credit score if you need to.
Because that was an issue with one of my family members. They're fresh out of university, earning a good salary. And she was told, well, to increase your credit score, you need to get a credit card. And so there's lots of different, stories now about how do you improve your credit score. So we need to go on websites and see how transparent that information is, I suppose.
Yeah.
So when we do get a credit card, I'd say this is going to help us obviously with our credit score, and obviously what would you advise to keep that credit score obviously normal, or keep it right with if I got a credit card? Is it not overspending on it? How does that?
Yeah, no, exactly what I've just said. So when you use your credit card, just use it maybe like for 1 or 2 purchases. So someone I was speaking to recently actually gave me a really good tip, which is to use it for your petrol. So if you're filling up your car, because it's something you get probably once or twice a month, so it's just like a little bit of money to keep your credit report ticking over, but not so much that you're kind of getting close to your limit. So
is it important to pay your limit? Is it important to pay your balance off every month, do you think?
Yeah, I would say. I mean, if you're just paying back the minimum, that is probably not a great place to be, because you're building up all your interest. Mm-hmm. But if you can, pay back your credit card every month, then
It's just like just to use your credit card rather using it as a loan. That kind of, you've got to get in your head, haven't you, with a credit card and how you use it.
So it'd be really interesting to find out who's the winner in this category of the best credit report provider. Shall we find out? Let's go over to Priya.
Thank you, Kate. The award is for Best Credit Report Provider. The finalists are Check My File, ClearScore, Experian, Equifax, Totally Money and Verify. The highly commended are ClearScore and Equifax. The winner is Experian. Well done. Back to you, Deb.
Hi, right, we're back again. So we're back to the best personal loans broker, best personal loans lender, and best credit card provider. So, yeah, a big question for me is, what's the best credit card out there at the minute?
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of credit cards out there, and a lot of them have increased in rates recently. So you sort of again want to be kind of going through and comparing prices and deals and all that kind of thing. There's not one that's going to be particularly good overall. It's to do with what your needs are and your requirements and things like that. But because rates have increased, even for the balance transfer, if you transfer to a credit card with a 0% interest rate, you've got to pay to do that, and even the rate that you have to pay to go onto one of those has increased. So you do want to be comparing at the moment.
Yeah, so you've got to do your homework really before you decide to take a credit
Yeah,
card out.
absolutely.
That's where the comparison websites come in, isn't it?
Absolutely, yep,
'Cause
definitely.
If you go on there, I don't know, there's what, four or five of them out there, and if you go on, and they've all got these offers and they all vary very much in the rates that they offer.
Yeah.
So it's choosing the credit card carefully.
Yeah.
And what suits
Yeah,
you.
yeah, I would say. And there's lots of different ones on the market. You might have one that's connected with your bank account that you're happy with, and if you're happy with the rate and it's right for you, then you might want to just stick with that. But if you're looking for a new one, I would definitely go and research your options.
Okay, so I think we need to go over and see who's won in this
we should
category. David, over to you.
We have 3 to announce in this category. First up is Best Personal Loans Broker. On the shortlist are Fluent Money, Freedom Finance, Loans Partnership, Loans Warehouse, Moveno and Ramp Group Limited. Highly commended are Freedom Finance and Ramp Group Limited. But the winner is Loans Warehouse. Then we move on to Best Personal Loans Lender. On the shortlist we have Believe Loans, Everyday Loans, Mr. Lender, Moneyboat, Nuverna Personal Finance and Rate Setter. Highly commended, Everyday Loans and Rate Setter. But the winner is Nuverna Personal Finance. Last in this category is for Best Credit Card Provider. On the shortlist we have Barclaycard, John Lewis Financial Services, Nationwide, Nectar, Sainsbury's Bank and Santander. Highly commended are Sainsbury's Bank and Santander. But the winner, it's Barclaycard. Back to you in the studio, Kate.
So next up, we're looking at the best funeral plan provider, which is something we've covered in quite a lot of detail recently on the money pages, haven't we?
We have, yeah. We've talked about it because me and Ella were speaking about that. We're seeing a lot more advertisements on TV at the minute. So, and we've had quite a good discussion about funeral plans as well. So, I don't know, have you two thought of ever? I know you're young, you're not so old. So I just want to, is that something that you considered?
Definitely. I think, again, it's, for me personally and my family, we've discussed it. And I'm not of a particular faith. So it's a case of what's important to me. And there's so many different opportunities out there now that you can look at, and payment plans, for example. The only trouble there is you've got to make sure you do your research again, because when you've 10 years time or 20 years time, whatever, suddenly is that company going to be around in 20 years time? So you've got to do your research properly.
Yeah, I mean, the industry's just recently been regulated.
Yeah.
So, when you're looking for funeral plan providers, all that kind of stuff, if you're choosing the right company and they're FCA registered, should be covered. But yeah, it's another thing where you should be looking around and really doing your research, and not just looking at the price, but the details as well.
Yeah.
the
Have you
policy.
looked at a funeral plan?
No, I haven't actually. I find it's one of the things that people start to look into when they kind of have quite a personal experience of it. Perhaps they lose someone close, or there's an illness or something, and it kind of makes you think, oh, really should kind of get onto that. But yeah, it's been at the complete back of my mind, to be honest.
Yeah, I think obviously us now, we're older, I've got children, you've got children, but I would personally want to do that so my children, everything's in place. They haven't got that other added pressure of organising my funeral. It's all obviously, they're ready, they know what I want. Yeah. So yeah, I think, it is something that we should all really think about.
Yeah, I've got a friend who's similar age to me who recently lost a parent, and because there wasn't these kinds of plans in place, it puts a lot of pressure, a lot of time, and that's not what you kind of want to.
No, definitely not. You don't want to add that extra worry on there, do we?
It's time to go over and find out who the winner is, I think, now, actually.
Yeah,
so,
I'm quite excited to see who's won this one.
Yeah, let's see. It's over to you, David.
Thank you, Kate. So, on the shortlist for Best Funeral Plan Provider is Avalon Funeral Plans, Co-op Funeral Care, Golden Charter Funeral Plans, Plan with Grace, and Pure Cremation. Highly commended is Co-op Funeral Care and Pure Cremation. But the winner is Avalon Funeral Plans. Back to you, Kate.
Congratulations to the winner on that category. Right, next up, we're doing equity release. We've got 4 equity release categories. This is quite an interesting topic, actually. It's something we're going to have a bit of a chat about, aren't we, with equity release? Ella, is it something you've thought about?
Did some research. It was quite refreshing to see that there's, again, if you go on and you ask the right questions. I recently had an example of where I was thinking of doing equity release, and the advisor said to me, I would advise you not to do it for a little while longer until the rates come down, which I was shocked, because it wasn't what I wanted to do, but it was the right answer for me and my situation. So
yeah, the equity release industry is quite interesting. It used to have a bit of a bad reputation, but more recently it's been regulated, and everyone has to take advice before they take out an equity release plan. And as part of that advice, if there is a product that's better, or if equity release isn't suitable, the advisor has to tell you. So it's quite reassuring, I think.
It was actually for me,
So the main thing is get the right advice. Before it's right for you.
Yeah.
Should we have a look who's won this year?
Yeah, let's find out.
So it's over to Priya.
Thank you, Deb. We have 4 awards in this category, and the first award is for Best Equity Release Advisor Customer Service. The finalists are Age Partnership, BOA Equity Release Supermarket, Key Equity Release, Mortgage Advice Bureau Later Life, and the Equity Release Expert. Highly commended are Age Partnership and BOA. The winner is Equity Release Supermarket. Well done. Our second award is for Best Equity Release Lender Customer Service. The finalists are Hub Financial Solutions, More to Life, Mortgage Advice Bureau, Pure Retirement, and Standard Life Home Finance. The highly commended are Pure Retirement and Mortgage Advice Bureau. Winner is More to Life. Congratulations. And our third award is for Best Equity Release Advisor. The shortlists are Age Partnership, Barry Gear, Equity Release Supermarket, Key Equity Release, Mortgage Advice Bureau Later Life, and the Equity Release Experts. Highly commended are Equity Release Supermarket and Mortgage Advice Bureau Later Life. The winner is Age Partnership. Now we move on to the last award in this category for Best Equity Release Lender. The finalists are Aviva, More to Life, Pure Retirement, Responsible Lending, and Standard Life Home Finance. Highly commended are More to Life, Pure Retirement, and the winner is Aviva. Congratulations. Back to you, Kate, in the studio.
Congratulations to all our winners, and highly commended.
Don't forget, these awards are voted by our readers, the public, so it's a really big achievement.
That's all for this section. Join us next time.